Feeding off a leader, riding regal, tipping scales like Libras. Inhale, no L's, pulling out blocks like Jenga. In the rear of a Caprice's Billy Rams, flicking decent nonetheless. Nothing less than tens for the speakers. You'll hear us before you see us with beats that beat the streets up. Yeah. So try and keep up and keep it low key, cuz police try and treat us and keep us on a leash, cuz that's how they see us, thinking we nuts. Cuz we'll die for the ground beneath us, because this land made us. This land made of players that stay on paper. That's how we came up amongst the mayhem to the day when we display what we made of. The game could never change us, the West Side teachers. On these streets where you find that D before G. We out west with it, back down, trying to flip a dollar. If you looking, then we got it, you just got up in a block. We out west with it, riding clean, wetter than the sea. On the scene with a full tank, blowing AC. We out west with it, I'm posted, let me know what y'all on. Cause if y'all get on something, then just hit my phone. We out west with it, yes sir. Hustle for every penny in the trenches, but we turn struggle into strength. Smell the grind in the air, take a whiff. Only the nose knows the aroma. Compose the money rolls that fold up, holding cold cups. Searching for those that got the purple O's for the $4. And we could go nuts and stay at the stone like grocers, and post up with O's on the table like coasters. That's how the game coached us, made us all in the soldiers. Now that dough is the focus, so know that we own this. Molded by the hood role models, riding good, the latest model, drinking good, raising bottles like we just missed a pothole. You got to know that it's impossible to stop our flow. We've seen it all from watching cops reload 30s a dro while drinking the night away until the block got slow. You'll know as soon as you see us, we the ones laid back in the cut. My demeanor seems to always give me up. We out west with it, back down, trying to flip a dollar. If you looking, then we got it, you just got up in a block. We out west with it, riding clean, wetter than the sea. On the scene with a full tank, blowing AC. We out west with it, I'm posted, let me know what y'all on. Cause if y'all get on something, then just hit my phone. We out west with it, yes sir. Hustle for every penny in the trenches, but we turn struggle into strength. Yeah, home of the survivor, survival of the fittest in the town. It's wicked, you could J down in a minute. What am? What's the business? The biz is how you down and get it. From Cape Town to Fifth City, the sounds of Fifth's empty. When we tipsy, it's risky. Where the lick be, at least 10 deep. It tempts me, but there's no mystery. Where the chips be, the tips G. Just our history from the 60s. Pimpin' ain't easy, but we bleed it. This here game is in our veins, in the air we breathe in. Believe this, it's no game, but the key is your mouthpiece, spit your game. But believe, turn nothing into something. We suffer without supper long enough. Struggling from summer to summer, the same place where the dope is sold. It's home to the Oprah show, the same place I know is home. We out west with it, back down, trying to flip a dollar. If you looking, then we got it, you just got up in a block. We out west with it, riding clean, wetter than the sea. On the scene with a full tank, blowing AC. We out west with it, I'm posted, let me know what y'all on. Cause if y'all get on something, then just hit my phone. We out west with it, yes sir. Hustle for every penny in the trenches, but we turn struggle into
notice. The Entourage DJs are taking over the game. The Midwest invasion is here, and the true Midwest mixtape king is giving it to you. It's DJ G-Spot banging your mixtapes right now.
You are now listening to Myth Mixtape. DJ G-Spot and Mick Luke, Chi-Town's finest. It's definitely representing Southside, Westside, stand up.
Yeah, they honor my persona. See my coat of arms, cloaked in armor. Live and die by the code of honor. The honorable, known as Mick the Conqueror. My mantra is that of a monster. Vengeance is endless until you extinct like a condor. What you think I was armed for? I'm knocking at harm's door. Molded by the force, call me the Black Mamba. I'm putting up numbers like Kobe in the garden. My thought fears, thoughtless as I talk shit, and there's nothing as harmless as my weak spot. Deeper than the darkness that dwells where the sharks live. You sleeping with the fishies, surfing with the marlins. On the surface, I'll unleash the carnage till you surf, till you starving, searching for a market. I'm the pit boss, tally up your losses. Your fate is sealed way before the card flips. You marks ain't shit. Topic of discussion, they ain't talking about nothing. Keep their noses in the sump. Y'all ain't talking about shit. I hear them wolfing in the whispers, snakes in the grass. We ain't thinking about your ass. Y'all ain't talking about shit. Fucking lying, I ain't buying. Ain't nobody even trying to hear that dumb shit. shit you kickin'. Y'all ain't talking about shit. Find yourself some business, get yourself a life, and skedaddle, motherfucker. Y'all ain't talking about shit. Unlike the players, y'all engage in betrayal. So brave, do anything for the day they can slay you. So devious, even if you can't even see the hate. I don't need to plead my case till you fleas. I seize the day. Feast off your mistakes from the cleanest of plates. Palate of a pharaoh, it's all seasoned to taste. A vision of perfection, at least 3 in my face. Fanning me with feathers, tease me with grace. I can't conceive defeat, nor will I concede the race to these conceited lames that can't believe my pace. So intrigued by my intrigue and display that intrigues the brain, there's nothing left to say. Hands down, I lure them to attack like cash is the allure of a champion with my banner in the rafters. Topic of discussion, they ain't talking about nothing, keep their noses in the sun. Y'all ain't talking about shit. I hear them wolfing in the whispers, snakes in the grass, we ain't thinking about your ass. Y'all ain't talking about shit. Fucking lying, I ain't buying, ain't nobody even trying to hear that dumb shit you kickin'. Y'all ain't talking about shit.
Just some niggas throwing gang signs and hollows where I'm from. They pop pills, sip lean, and bless bottles where I'm from. If you still ain't figured it out, nigga, Chicago where I'm from. Home of some of the most notable women and men to exist. But the only stars niggas on their heads, the fan and the six. Most of us settle, however some intend to get rich. We lose homies and hit the internet to pretend that they miss. We spend link at the corner store, and motherfucker ain't gotta be enlisted in no army or Marine Corps to be going to war. It's gun smoke in the air, and it's blood stains on the floor. We all born poor, but yet and still we feel we born to soar. The beautiful struggle, bodies left blood oozing in puddles. We love to hate like a poisonous dart from Cupid then struck you. Shit, you stupid as fuck if you let the stupid instruct you. Should be using your muscle to build a lucrative hustle. Crabs in a bucket, so when one make it feel like we all did. From the county to Stateville, long stretches and small bids. The clucks chasing they last high. The shorties throw up middle fingers when the low pass by. They ask why we live this way. You couldn't overstand it unless you had to. Faggot police harass you. So-called homies will blast you. A message to out of towners written in blood. Don't take your dumb ass to the hood if you ain't plugged.
Spit with the curse of Capone. You gotta live with all the words you condone. Then it's on. They'll kill you dead, then bring the hearse to your home. Back in my shorty days, niggas will put a 40 to your sporting waves. Nowadays, these niggas stuck in old phones. How it's nice, I used to play for the Dome. Philly been killing. But when you ball, get you a gun, it'd be like Ben Wilson, the pin drilling. Fuck how out of towners view the shot. I'm out west where every conflict crucial is do or die. If it's war, it's gonna be to the death. It's you or I. I come at peace, but if you touch my body, that's suicide. And my bloodline is niggas that'll kill and move a pie. I got a QP and sold it to my mans at U of I. My pop told me, just get through high school, then you decide. In the shy, it's the 6 to the fan. Choose a side, move and slide. The city don't wanna see you with shit. From politicians to the preachers, hard to see who legit. Sell some seed for you to see green and piece you to fit. It's I am God and a God green who's seeing this shit. Let's go. If you think it's love here, then pump your brakes. This the wild onion, a dark ass city that love to hate.
Okay,
let's go.
show off. I'm from a land where the texts go off. Them gang signs thrown and the heads broke off. We hate you niggas, cause we gave birth to you ungrateful niggas. So on the 6 feet of earth, it's where we place you niggas. It's barely a secret, we move shit, telekinesis. And box niggas like Chevy Caprices. My stress is post-traumatic. All I see is murders and massacres, cancer patients and catheters, fake narrators and savages, no horse and carriages, just funerals, wakes. To stay alive, stay out the way of the unusual snakes. A beautiful place, Chi-Town's the greatest. That's why they hate us. But listen, nigga, do me this favor. Do me no favors, we major. League rounds open, a few rounds smoking. I'm Chicago, it's grilled onions on that Jewtown Polish. Ain't no catching up. Be a winner and stack okra. This Chicago, nigga, the inventors of black culture, motherfucker.
funky, alright?
Yes, sir, this goes out to you. Y'all niggas ain't know nothing. Huffin' that stuff you stuff into your blunt, then front like you on something. Gone young and this is grown man flow. Bust it like chrome thumpers that crush your bones in the dust dummy. I'm on something between the nonsense and gossiping. All y'all gon' honor Mick and stare in astonishment. Cause the only consequence is unconsciousness. Competition is none. I am it, the one like point guards calling plays. Put your ones up while you wondering what's under my sleeve. Now see, the only thing you need to know about me is that he is in the dough like house keys. I silence all the liars with the lies they spit. I had to remind these kids what time it is. These lines I'm rhyming is like nines with little red lines lined up like linemen when you're lining in. Budget, the label, the records, the spins, the DJs, the meetings, the greed, the ends, the life, the love, the price to win. Cause these motherfuckers wanna keep me down. Yeah, it's no mistaking, you phony face it. You bogus, hating, overrated, knowing my name all over the place, lame. So you try to chase my whole fame away. I changed the game, I don't play with jokers, this my poker face, okay? Niggas talk how tough they is, not knowing who they fucking with. Till I muscle in and show these chumps what hustling is. It's just the beginning, I must admit. I don't spit the same huff these knuckleheads be mumbling, but instead I'm pumping substances. Let me plug you in. This is day one, this is where your functions in. Some of my bitches tryna pull a stunt like this. Young punk, I'm the business low key in the cut with my cup holding my nuts like shit. What am? What's the business? Get your weight up, Vic. Before I bitch press the index, I shake up with the budget, the label, the records, the spins, the DJs, the meetings, the greed, the ends, the life, the love, the price to win. Cause these motherfuckers wanna keep me down. Yeah, look, I face the odds by the grace of God, starving days apart just to make my mark in this game full of lame snakes, facing sharks, and these hating marks that break on the day I fall. Nah, I toast to y'all while I drink this dark and flame this jar that keeps me sane and takes away my scars. I'm what the game's been missing, a needed change while they seek fame with fiction. McAngelo, paint pictures, yes sir, now you reach the ceiling. Angelic with the flow like I was christened by Christ himself. Truth be told, all y'all foolios in the studio like your music cold, you must be tooting blows. I be laughing, passing grass, asking who it's on, cause I'm super blowed off that fruity dro. My mind's a mess, so if they ask how I OD, I was high off a line of that SC. The budget, the label, the records, the spins, the DJs, the meetings, the greed, the ends, the life, the
Day one.
Yes, sir, I like how that sound right there, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of inspirational. It's like everybody got a goal. They're trying to reach or alive. They're trying to live, man. Be bumps in the road. You just got to keep pushing forward. You know what I'm saying? If it don't kill you, it make you strong. You know what I'm saying? My story right here. Yeah, it takes a special kind of mind to grind and work from the bottom and climb up the ladder of success in time. It doesn't matter what the test is, every step is another level till I step in as the next in line, no question. I'm considered one of the best, my whole life invested in, holding mics and sketching rhymes, you guessed it. I'm on mine, still restless, yes, even pressed up my records on my own dime. As many battles I blew breath in, and open mics I blessed. I'll never be labeled an overnight success, passing out CDs, doing shows for free, then dabbing Bo to eat so that my soul could speak over these soulful beats that's so cold to me. Like the breeze in the shower, we be posted deep. All the prices that I paid, the sacrifices I made, it'll all come to life one day, someday. Trying to get my record played at a radio station where they play hits for days. Having a conversation with this lady I'm facing while she making a statement made for me. She said, look, it's too many words in your hook. You need to work on your look. For what it's worth, I never took her words personal. But at first I wasn't certain though if she knew my words are personal and not just verses and books until the curtain closes. This is my version of what I know, learning in first person till I blow. And still I know how it feels to know I'm the deal. Did you still feel like a deal is just right, or a deal just might still add to my appeal? But they won't know I'm real till I touch my first million, right? I'ma chill till my bars is felt and play my hand with the cards I'm dealt, and that's the plan till it solves itself. My pursuit, fuck trying to recoup. I'm trying to juke and move units. The truth is, I'm used to excuses. Dudes give like you can. Do what I do, fool, and prove it. Walk in my shoes then. I'm used to goofy producers and cools that try to misuse you quick. Why you got it confused? If you think it's about groupie chicks and interviews in a mix, it ain't got ghouly, but I truly got the tools to overcome obstacles, including this music biz. I'ma shine like jewels, unlike these Rubik's Cube dudes with all this woo-woo-woo when they spit. Mick Luda is the future, so get used to this. It's day one, not a crew or clique. It's a new beginning. This is it. Day one. The red letter edition. Big Luda. We can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah. It's not a song. I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. Before I finish breathing, I'm moving the masses like minister speeches, penning classics as I finish my thesis. Not a pastor or a preacher, my passion is deeper. Rapper / teacher, trying to master the teachings past the sinister streets and moving bags past the police is speeding fast in the evening. The truth is it's all about eating, but I'm feeding food for thought for those either fasting or feasting. Putting faith in my beliefs when I'm speaking, looking straight till I'm decent, at peace with no fear, believing it's real. I tell them it's heaven, but it's hard when you talking to niggas with no ears. From clouds of chronic coughing and sessions off, walking and stressing, straight lost in the essence. I pause for a second with my thoughts and reflections. I take my losses as lessons, but it's all just a blessing, and that's the mess. We can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate.
WIIFTBP.
Live from What's In It for the Black Media Studio, you're listening to The Bigs with Eugene McIntosh and Terrence Tomlin.
Let's begin now.
What's going on, everybody? We are back down on the soil. It is officially that time to rock with the Bigs. You know what's good?
What's the Benoski, man? You can hold it down for a second, man. I got to finish sharing the video to all the people out here.
Absolutely, man. You know what time it is. I'm your man, T-Time, coming to you as usual with my brother, Eugene McIntosh, and it is time to get your sports fix in. We are live from the What's In It for the Black People Media Studios, man. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in on your lunch break, whether you're in the whip, you ain't even go to work today. Don't even matter. We just happy you tuned in on the soil.
Man, take that PTO, man. If you got it,
take it.
Earn them and burn them,
please.
Joe. Don't let corporate America fool you into, man, you got to be there for your coworkers. And man, if you got PTO, earn them and burn them was my motto for the whole 14 years I was on. I was on that joint. Earn them and burn them, bro.
It's definitely like when it comes to PTO, bro. I'm just throwing the deuces and disappearing like that. Jeff is like, I'll see y'all on the other side of my vacation.
On me.
And my email is off, and if you call, it's getting ignored. So, but yeah, man, hope everybody is enjoying this Friday, getting ready for the weekend. It's a Mother's Day weekend coming up, bro. I was watching Price is Right this morning, and everybody had their moms on. And just before I left, a black guy and his mom won like a Cobra, a cold whip. So, I don't know. Hopefully they won the showcase. But definitely, man, shout out to all the moms out there. For the first time since last year, I actually got some Mother's Day plans.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. We going to Shaw's, man. Gonna do the brunch tip super early on Sunday at like 10:30. So
okay.
The last time I was there, though, I saw Taraji P. Henson get proposed to by your boy.
Who's no longer my neighbor.
And no longer Taraji P. Henson's fiance. So yeah.
So how long ago was that? 2 years?
Like 2 or 3 years. Yeah, it flew. But yeah, man. You got any plans for Mother's Day?
I don't know. You know, my mama liked to play it low key. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I might slide over there, see what's the drawings, but you know, it's these days be flying by, bro.
Bruh. Flying by. Like, I honestly can't believe that it's like about to be the middle of May. And at least in my family, Gino, this is like the celebration season. Like, I feel like every week it's a birthday or a graduation, or if Father's Day. My birthday is usually either right before Father's Day or falls on Father's Day. And I got family members with birthdays on Mother's Day. So everything is kind of like stuffed into these next couple months for my family. I think you know how it goes. I mean, I feel like every time this year comes around, I'm always telling you, yeah, I got the family day in and I got the family day coming up. So it's definitely that season for me.
Hey, man.
But other than that, man, what's going on, man? I was looking at the Floyd video, man, and the YouTuber yesterday. And then of course, you know, I got involved in, I jumped back into the D-Rose section of the internet earlier today, man. And, you know, the MVP talk has kind of brought our boy back into the conversation.
What MVP talk?
The MVP as far as this year, you know, with the season coming to an end, people wondering who's going to snatch it.
Man,
Nick Wright called Jokic, said if he wins MVP, he would be the worst MVP in the last 35 years.
And how did he explain that? Nick Wright is a coon, in my opinion, anyway, but go ahead.
He's definitely a hack. You know what I mean? He's definitely on TV just to, like, be devil's advocate,
right,
stir it up. You know what I mean? But he said that his season hasn't been notable and that he's done it on a team that doesn't matter and it's been too quiet for him and all of this kind of stuff.
Nick Wright, where have you been?
And I'm like, gee, if Jamal Murray is hurt, you know, when it comes to the playoffs, not too many people want to see a super healthy Nuggets team in the playoffs. You know what I mean?
I don't understand what he's talking about.
He just had to make a point, like the Martin Jeff G or the Martin line. It's TV, bro.
You saw my retweet with the
man,
the Jake Paul, but
it's
yeah,
TV, bro.
Nick Wright, stop the shenanigans.
But it led to people. He said it was kind of narrative driven. Because you can't give Giannis a third one, or, you know.
Giannis ain't the MVP, though.
Yeah, but see, now he was making cases for all kind of people.
I'm listening. Do you
James.
remember? James hasn't been
missed
there
too many
enough.
games. Joel Embiid.
He missed a lot of games, too.
See, Joel, now honestly, that's the only other person that I feel like truly deserves it. Like,
Joel is definitely in the conversation.
He's missed some time, and honestly, it's just a handful of games. This is like the most he's played his entire career.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Let me see how many games, Joel.
But Dame Lillard, of course, I feel like is in the conversation.
I'm a Dame advocate, but
Portland is kind of like leveled out.
They'll probably make that. They probably won't have to play in the play-in series, so they'll probably finish around 6. You know, I'm a Dame lifer, but I would put Dame be on the outside looking in on the MVP. If had Portland been in the top 4, then definitely give Dame some consideration. But I think lately they kind of fallen off. I think the Dame hasn't been as healthy. You know, Dame is one of them guys who's never going to complain, never going to tell you how he's feeling. Mm-hmm. But this is one of the years that I think he's been not as healthy as he's been in the past. So I would leave Dame on the outside looking in. Who else?
That was all he mentioned. You know, I feel
so Joel has played 47 games. I would think there are probably, 6 or 7 games left?
It's about 5-6 games left, yep.
So he missed 20 games?
Missed 20 games out of a 72-game season.
29 and 11, 50% from the field. Can't argue
Who
that.
else? He mentioned
Are
one
they in
other
first
person.
place?
CP3. I think Philly is in first place in the East. So he brought up CP3.
CP3 is good. I mean, that's a cool, argument, debate. To see, now let's not forget in the bubble, I don't know how people like to equate that bubble situation.
I think it gets a little bit flukier, like, as we move further away from it.
And I agree, because I think the bubble was, I hate to say easier to
it was
play
super
in.
special circumstances.
But yeah, you saw a lot of guys just swerving that, probably
it was
in the
open
regular
gym,
season.
like, you know what I mean? It was like, yo, we going to the gym today to hoop. We don't have to, we playing on the same court every single night.
Yeah.
No fans, don't have to travel.
No adversity to overcome.
Exactly. And it's kind of like a somber mood. You know what I mean? Like, people knew it was the bubble. You know what I mean? It's like, we're here because of the pandemic. Let's just get this over with kind of thing, you know?
So I see Garda said, don't you have to put Luka in the mix?
Where are the Mavericks?
The Mavericks are...
Because
I think they'll probably be 5th.
And that's impressive because they started very slow.
They did.
And, outside, who else is
Utah,
on the...
Phoenix, Denver, Clippers are the top 4.
Oh, wow.
Not in any specific order, but I know those are the top 4. So then I think it's Dallas. I know the Lakers and Portland are tied right now. They play each other tonight. Portland's probably going to beat the brakes off
And
of
AD
them.
ain't playing, right?
He said he was going to try. I know he had the
left
back spasms
yesterday.
last night. So looks like Portland's going to overtake LA, and looks like the Lakers may fall into that play-in spot.
And that's funny because we've heard LeBron, voice his opinion on how much he hates it, but a couple years ago he loved it.
Last year.
Yeah, last year he was like, yeah, this is cool.
Battle it out.
But that's actually crazy at the time. Who is coming out of the West, dog? Like,
as far as the Western Conference
yeah,
Finals?
who is Phoenix the best team in the West, bro? I mean, I feel like people kind of are falling back on the Lakers just because they won it last year and they got LeBron and AD. But like I said, that bubble championship is looking flukier and flukier to me.
Yeah, it's fluky. It's definitely fluky.
And they definitely don't look like the best, like a championship team to me.
Especially without AD and LeBron, they're a lottery team.
Oh, yeah. They're a playing team.
Yeah, so, and they could fall all the way off and not even make the play-in game. That's how close that 7, 8, 9, and 10 race is. So if LeBron ain't healthy coming back, he said he was going to be out for the next couple games. And if AD...
Just because.
And if AD... they ain't looking too hot with AD at the top. So, and he's not 100% healthy. So they could easily fall out of the play-in situation.
Schroeder definitely is in COVID protocol. So
Taylor is hurt.
Yeah, I saw Taylor hurt. He didn't play yesterday. So,
and he's going to miss tonight's game. So it's looking bleak for the Lake Show, man.
That makes it really kind of interesting for me, bro, because honestly, I haven't paid a lot of attention to the West. I told you, I've kind of watched the game by player this season, man. I've watched a lot of Embiid. I done watched a lot of Julius Randle and the Grizzlies with Ja Morant and Big Val over there. I'm wondering, is this Milwaukee season? Like, is this Philly? Is this an Eastern Conference kind of year for a championship?
So who is it? Milwaukee, Philly, and Brooklyn?
Yeah.
The top 3?
And Brooklyn kind of worries me, bro. They just haven't played enough games together, man.
Right. And they definitely miss James Harden. I think it's obvious that James Harden is the leader of that team.
He's definitely, like, at this point, even with KD over there, he's the most, like, complete player over there.
I think KD may be the best player in the league when he's totally healthy, but I think that ship doesn't. I think James Harden. I was watching the games against Milwaukee those last 2 times Brooklyn played Milwaukee, and then I watched like the last end of the 3rd and the 4th yesterday against Dallas. And I just don't like the way Brooklyn plays. It's like KD comes down, shoots 3 or 4 balls in a row. Kyrie comes down, shoots 3, 4 balls in a row. They don't get nobody else involved. They don't make nobody else around them.
It's super light after them, you know what I mean?
And they just don't make the players around them better. When James Harden is on the floor controlling the game, he's making the players around him better. He can go for 30 when he feels like it, but he got 2 Hall of Famers on the side of him with Joe Harris, Jeff Green, and other capable guys.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what they're missing. And if James Harden comes back completely healthy, I agree with you, T. A lot of people don't know or aren't saying that, but they may not have played enough together to kind of get that thing in sync the way they need to for the offs, for that run.
And I think Milwaukee's gotten better. You know what I mean? I think that's going to be
Drew
something.
Holiday, Drew Holiday
and Giannis. Giannis is a little better, man.
And then they got P.J. Tucker.
Oh, yeah. Come on. In a playoff series, that's like a sniper from the corner.
Yeah, and that guy that's going to lock up and not take no shorts on the defensive end.
It's going to be interesting, man. So, yeah, man. And I want to kind of ask you about, on the other side of our first break, because we got to take a break real quick. I want to ask you about the D-Rose MVP year and how the Twitterverse, so I called him Basketball Reference Twitter today, is trying to rewrite history when it comes to that Derrick Rose MVP year. Okay. So let's jump into the first break, y'all. We'll be right back on the soil. You're kicking it with the bigs.
Yep.
WIIFTBP.
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality Black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe Black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of Black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning.
The Fraternal Order of Police. It is the president, John J. Catanzara Jr.
We all saw the Anjanette Young video.
Naturally, when someone hears, I didn't do it, you got the wrong place, you just discard it. You have an obligation to make sure that the rest of the place that you're doing a search warrant on is secure.
Okay, so you used the word naturally. And when you watch that video, naturally, a natural reaction would have been to provide her with some coverage for her naked body.
Have you ever been to police?
And so
have you ever been to police?
Let me finish my question. So a natural reaction was not what we saw from those white police officers.
A natural police reaction is to secure the scene.
So a natural police reaction is different from a natural
Well, we're talking about police. We're not talking about you going into a building. We're talking about the police going into a building.
Hence why in the beginning of the question, I related it to training. Are police officers trained to not see Black people as human? And so police training would make them naturally react to see me as an animal?
I'm not even going to dignify that with an answer because that's just an ignorant statement to make. They went in there looking for an offender
who was not there.
Do you know that until you searched the whole place?
They did. They searched and she stood there naked.
And at that point,
after they had the scene secure, she still stood there naked.
Again, I already conceded the fact that they could have did a better job covering her up, but her race had nothing to do with it, and you're going to keep implying it. I'm going to keep telling you you're absolutely wrong.
Let me ask you a question. Is it a lack of training? Is it a lack of proper training?
No.
Oh, no, I keep telling you, you got the wrong place. You got the wrong place.
The most disrespected person in America is the Black woman. We will kill you for our woman.
Brothers and sisters. My brothers and sisters. Yeah, no bullshit at the pulpit with questions for the reverend, like why I gotta die to go to heaven, or are these lies and deception a sign of what's next? To deny my progression to my soul through my spirit from my mind and my flesh. You be hard pressed to alter my perspective. It's reflective of my perception. All the lives and the tribes that's affected, dying quick, effects from environments neglected, disconnected, disrespected. This the same section we never invest in. Our own sales from our own shells, become owners on our own. They get on with our own help. Yeah, creators of our own world, communicate. We accumulated our own wealth. Created in this image, so when I say it, I meant it. Do the science for yourself. My brothers and sisters, we ain't niggas and bitches.
dig that though. And I put this on my mama, Black Madonna, Mother Earth, Mother Africa. I'm honored to be a part of where it started, selling Starbird through the stardust on my starship. My heartbeat is godly. I'm the light harness from the darkest part of darkness. Such a godsend. I teach my son to treat your daughter like a goddess. I teach my daughter to treat your son like a god king. I can never deny my fate. My melanated skin tells my story every day. Fortunately, my fortune awaits. Majority of the world, minority in the States.
We all remember our life before COVID-19. The parades, the lakefront barbecues, taste of Chicago, the happy hours, and most importantly, loving those unforgettable moments with our friends and families. Getting Chicago vaccinated is what will make the activities we miss safe for everyone. So let's get back to it, Chicago. Let's come together to end this pandemic. Find your vaccine at chi.gov/COVIDvax.
What's going on, everybody? We are back on the soil. I'm your man, T-Time, coming to you live from the West End for the Black People Studios. What's going on, Gene?
Man, what's the Benoski, Joe? Feeling this. I looked at the weather this morning. I'm looking like 49 and 50 and 51 and 52. It felt like it was about 60 out there, man. Feeling decent out there.
It definitely was feeling kind of decent. You know how I look at the forecast, though, Gino. I'm looking for them 70s and 80s.
Oh, yeah, you smoked until maybe June.
I'm a little too thirsty for it, Gino. And honestly, coming back from New Orleans when it was 70 and 80 every day,
yeah,
I'm like, man, I missed that.
Let it spoil you, man.
And then on top of that, we got to be in the press box and it be breezy in there, bro. I can't front. I had to ask the attendant. I'm like, I want the window open, but can you close this mug? It's too cold, bro. And I'm about to leave if you don't. So
nobody else in that trip?
No. Honestly, once I did it, it started it started a chain reaction. Everybody's like, you know what, can you close mine too? Yeah, so everybody's in there just freezing, just trying to throw on whatever piece of clothing, extra hats, button they jacket all the way up.
No, you definitely got to come prepared sitting in that box, man, especially being up high. Mm-hmm. You're going to get them wind gusts.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to get ugly in there.
Yo, so Gino, man, you going to be at Wrigley today.
I'm at Wrigley today, man. Y'all know we got to wrap up. We got to check off the soil a little bit early today so I can make my rotation towards Wrigley Field, man, you know. Cubs coming off a series sweep over the World Series champion LA Dodgers, who
a huge sweep, low-key. I watched all of that series and I was pleasantly surprised by how the Cubs showed up in big moments, you know?
No, that's what good teams are made of, man. We always talk about how it's kind of too early to, be jumping off the ledge and, panicking and things like that. But again, these are a bunch of veteran guys who've been through every phase of a baseball season. So adding those veteran guys as well as, like Jake Marisnick and Eric Sogard and Matt Duffy, who's been a pleasant surprise, and Nico Horner, who hopefully he can come off the IL and resume playing at the high level he played at. So, with Rizzo, I always tell you, Rizzo, Javi, Willie, KB playing like an all-star with those guys. Playing at a high level, starting pitching has been kind of huff lately. Last two outings they got from Aber Alzolay and Kyle Hendricks were outstanding. The outing they got from the rookie Keegan Thompson, the second game of the doubleheader was outstanding. So the starting pitching has been very good the last 3 days. So hopefully today, got the Pittsburgh Pirates in town for a 3-game set, and hopefully they can keep the ball rolling, man.
100%, Gino. And honestly, it kind of felt kind of magical. Yeah, I mean, I've been talking a lot of stuff about how the Cubs are heading in the wrong direction, and I feel like we've been waiting on these guys to kind of at least show us that the offense has a pulse and is aware and can respond in moments like they had over the weekend. And to do it against that lineup, to do it against the defending champs is dope, but also to see the look in their eye. You feel me? To see that this team is to see them kind of like look cohesive and the right guys get it done. We saw KB have a big series. Javi got over some errors to do it, and even Rizzo came through after he had a fumble. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, okay, now if y'all can continue to do this, it can be, it can be something a little special on the north side. And honestly, like you say all the times, those are the type of series that propel you. And you saw how Rizzo was waiting for the team after his hit. I'm looking at him like, I know that look, Rizzo.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I know that look. Like, and honestly, I wasn't surprised at that game when it hit. I told you, I was like, of course, fam. Like,
how,
of course
how
it's
else
Rizzo.
Would the story end?
And of course he gets it done.
Right.
So
the classic guy who, he's just one of those baseball players, that it's crazy when you watch him. And it's like he reminds me of an older school, like an 80s kind of baseball guy who not afraid to take strike one, not afraid to take strike two, chokes up on the bat with a 2-strike count, and just puts the ball in play. You always, even in Little League Baseball, the coach always told you, just put the ball in play and make something happen. You make the defense have to make a play. And even, they got those shifts. So you know how they shift Rizzo to the right, and basically the left side of the field is wide open. So I'm pretty sure that was in his mind the whole time. Like, I'm looking at this open part of the left side of the field, and if I can just get it over there, and the pitch sequence was funny because I'm watching the pitch sequence, and it was slider, curveball, and again, I'm pretty sure. These guys, they got scouting reports. They sitting in the clubhouse, sitting in their little cubicles. They got laptops, so I'm pretty sure Rizzo, and he was out that game. Remember, he came in a pinch hitting the 8th.
That's right, he didn't start.
Yeah, so he came in a pinch hitting the 8th, and then took the field. So he was relatively fresh off the bench. So I'm pretty sure I attribute that brain fart he had just to not being fresh, just coming off the bench, still trying to get himself in the game. So I wasn't surprised by the game when it hit by Rizzo. It was his 7th career walk-off hit. But again, beating the Dodgers, I think, was a huge, it was something huge for the ball club. Now going forward, you got the Pittsburgh Pirates in town this weekend. And the Pirates suck. Let's just be frank. Let's be honest. They suck. But they are professional baseball players, and they are a professional baseball team. And they got some guys over there who can play ball. So the saying, man, you got to beat the guys, beat the teams that you're supposed to beat, and, you'll end up where you are. So they got to take care of business. You can't come off a huge series sweep over the Dodgers and then let the Pirates come in and take this series. So a 2-1 series, I'll take that, but 3-0, you should be able to sweep the Pirates, man. Definitely,
the perfect thing to do after they get this sweep is to just beat a team they're supposed to beat.
Yeah.
But it's baseball. You know what I mean? And they got to put it together. Honestly, this is the momentum that you would want going into a series like that to kind of get you back on the winning side of things. But they got to go get it done. But they're at home, you know what I mean? And they lost a couple of games to Pittsburgh earlier this year, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and let that be a chip on your shoulder and go ahead and kill these cats, you know?
I think they played them. They started the season against Pittsburgh here, and then they went out there like maybe 2 weeks ago and didn't have the best showing. So it's an NL Central rival.
Yeah.
Going to play them 19, 20 times this year. So 7, 8, 9 are today, tomorrow, and Sunday. And like you said, what a way to end a Mother's Day weekend with a series sweep over those birds.
I can dig it. Let me ask you, bro, what's gotten into Chris Bryant? Because the man has completely turned his offensive woes around, and he hasn't had an issue so far this year.
Again, man, I think I like to throw last year out. I just like to flush that one down the toilet. Good season, bad season, mid-season. Again, not taking anything away from the Dodgers because they did, go through the playoffs and win the World Series championship. But as far as individual performances, for guys who we know whose track records speak volumes, a guy like Chris Bryant, again, who knick-knack injuries, they pile up on you and they take a toll on you, even more so mentally than physically. Baseball is, the saying is 90% mental. So I think it just caught up to Chris last year. Again, 60-game sprint. He's back to some type of normalcy, and he attributes it to his family. The baby's maybe 1 now. So he says he just feels more at ease. He says he has something more to look forward to. He said baseball is just a game, which it is. He said, sometimes, I always tell you when you get caught up, when you're inside the matrix, it's hard for you to see what's going on outside. And so when you get to kind of take a step back, this guy makes $20 million a year. This is a guy who's a former MVP. He's a former Rookie of the Year. He's a World Series champion. He's been a top prospect all his life. And I always tell you, when he's healthy, he's easily a top 20 baseball player in all of Major League Baseball. So I just think he's taking a step back, realize that it's just a game. He's got a brand, he's got a son at home who, whether he has a good game or a bad game, he's going to come home and his son is going to be smiling, ready to play, and, be a dad. So I think being a dad and having his wife and just, his dad, Mike, has always been in his corner. Yeah, man, just scaling back a bit. A lot of those guys, they reached the mountaintop at a very young age.
Do too much kind of after that.
And I don't even think Chris Bryant is that guy, because I think, and it's nothing personal, but I think Javi is that guy. Because baseball, it's a team sport, but it's probably the most individual team sport of all of them, because most of the time it's a one-on-one matchup. It's the pitcher and the batter. So you kind of have to do your own thing, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think Chris Bryant gets caught up in any of that. Again, I just think the knick-knack injuries piled up on him. It took a toll on him physically as well as mentally. And I think he has a good support system. Again, I know his dad, Mike, is a great guy. If you talk to him, he has a wealth of baseball knowledge. And, I'm pretty sure Scott Boras told him, hey, look, bro, be cool. Just play your game. You're going to get $200 million, whether it's in Chicago or somewhere else, because that's
good advice.
Somebody will want your services. So Chris Bryant is definitely right now he's looking like a top 10 player in all of Major League Baseball.
No, that's a great development in the story of Chris Bryant. It's been a rough couple of years, but honestly, if he can play well, I'm wondering if he can find his way to the South Side. And I feel like that's just what I just said is like a piece of what I heard on Chicago Sports Radio over the weekend, bro. The push to get Chris Bryant on the other side of town.
It's
like, it's officially underway, at least for the sports radio callers in Chicago, bro. And honestly, I heard them kind of allude to it on ESPN. They were talking about Chris Bryant.
Who was it?
I forgot who it was, but I was taken back by just what he said. He said Chris Bryant. He talked about the billboards in Chicago, and he was talking about how Chris Bryant is still like the commercial face for the Cubs, and he said, depending on how the trade deadline goes, they may have to switch those colors to black and white.
Wow.
And I was like, I was like, are you for real? Because I would love Chris. I've seen Chris Bryant. He playing center field. Luis is down. So that was kind of interesting. And I don't want to kind of poke that bear because I think it's a pipe dream. Like, we got Dylan Cease and Eloy from those guys. I don't think we're going to, we could do.
Train, the buck stops there.
Yeah, we fleeced them for all we can fleece them for so far, at least in this decade, y'all. So
I think the Cubs would be foolish to let Chris Bryant go.
How I feel.
However you look, whether they're buyers or sellers at the trade deadline, I do think they'll be towards the top of the NL Central. I'm not Jed Hoyer. I'm sure we'll get to talk to Jed a couple times before the trade deadline to see just where his head is. I'm pretty sure he won't give all of the information. He'll give just enough for people to be able to come up and write stories and create narratives of their own. But if I'm the Cubs, there's no way I let Chris Bryant go. I give him his money, give him his worth, what he's done for the team in the past. He's 27, 28 at the most, got a lot of baseball ahead of him. And that's just a guy who I think whether you sign Rizzo back, Javi back, Willie is next season. So I do think that, Chris Bryant said himself, he would love to be a Cub for the rest of his life. He's achieved a lot here. He's built his family here. He does live at the crib in the offseason, but, like you said, he's the face of the Cubs. So it's baseball, man. You just never know. But if I'm in that front office, there's no way I'll let Chris Bryant go.
I'm glad you say it because I see too many Cubs fans just willing to kind of wash their hands with Chris Bryant and people talking about the return that they can get for him. And I'm like, the return? Are you sure you can? are you sure that that's going to be anything? Yeah, you'll get a bunch of names, but unless it's somebody that's going to be an MVP caliber player down the line, like, it's not worth it. That's a crazy game to play. You know what I mean? It's a crapshoot. So honestly, Gino, I feel you, but maybe the Cubs can change their fate, man. I feel like it could be a major league, you know, the movie Major League situation where you got the team raging against the front office, and the front office want to sell, and the team like, nah, we taking this to the top. So
because it's that, you know, we say it's the last dance. It could be the last dance. You know, baseball is this. You know, there's no salary cap. You can get these guys. This is a multi-billion-dollar corporation.
That's why it's always funny when these teams cry broke. There's no salary cap, and y'all got
stop it.
What remember? Y'all got buku money, okay?
Buku.
Come on,
like stop it. Pay those guys their worth. Keep the band together, and go ahead and shoot, man. These guys got a good. I know Rizzo is in his 30s, his early 30s. I think those guys have good baseball left in them. They can compete at the highest level. So I'm looking for Jed Hoyer to make, you know, well, it's not really his decision at the end of the day. They'll say it is. He's the president of the team, but we know
you got to get that call.
You got to get
from up top,
from Rickettsville. It's all about how much more they want to put into
through
Rickettsville.
The blinds,
they peeking through the Gallagher Way blinds.
They on the deck.
They're looking at Rickettsville like, do we need another hotel?
Look
do we
at these
need a
poor
new bar?
People. Yeah, they looking
or
at
should we pay our players?
Money. Yeah, or should we pay our players? You know what? Let's get another 7-Eleven over here. Yeah.
Speaking of the South Side, bro.
What's good with it, Gino?
Your boy Tony L, man.
My boy, he's technically like my boy, yeah, but because he is the White Sox manager. But Gino, I've been telling you.
So
if you watch Tony La Russa for 9 innings,
after 4, he looks like it's past his bedtime.
By 9,
he's done.
You're like knocking on his door, like, is anybody home? You know what I mean? Right. And honestly, I told you it's like a constant kind of tug of war because that last game versus Cincinnati, they took the first game, smashed on the Reds, a hot team, and they shut them out. The second game, these teams go into extras at 0-0. You know what I mean? And for a White Sox offense, I don't care if they don't have Luis, if they don't have Eloy.
Yeah, they still have multiple.
Scored
weapons.
0 runs.
Who was that? Was that the Sonny Gray night or was Sonny? Okay, this was the night that he made the blunder on the pinch runner.
Yes.
Okay.
And that became the story of the game. And he ended up having to tell the media after the game that he did not know the rule. And what we're talking about is the extra innings rule, where you get that runner on second. And what determines who that runner on second base is going to be is usually, as the rule says, the player that was up in the 9th, the last player that was up in the 9th before you got to extras.
Right.
And if it's a pitcher in the National League, you can go a batter above the pitcher,
right,
and he can be the runner.
Right.
They didn't know that, so they put Liam Hendricks on second. Instead, your closer. I mean,
that you spent all this money on in the offseason.
And I'm seeing the image of him now with the helmet on, and I was sitting there like, is that the pitcher on second, nigga? But here's the thing, Gino, because if you look ahead, I mean, the next dude I think was Jose Abreu.
Jose Abreu was the guy before Liam.
And I'm like, gee, it ain't like Jose Abreu is nasty on wheels. It's like he wouldn't have scored from second either. So although I'm salty that it's another instance that Tony La Russa is kind of showing that it may be a little bit more than rust.
Okay,
you know
so let me ask you this. So Tony La Russa admitted to not knowing the rule.
Yes, he did.
What about his coaching staff?
Everybody, the coaching staff, his bench coach should have been the first one to say, Tony, we don't have to put that pitcher on second. None of that happened. A lot of things didn't happen in order to prevent that, which is why I feel like that's the biggest issue. Like, that's why White Sox fans are pissed or kind of already getting sick of Tony La Russa.
So do you think that the coaching staff weren't aware of the rules as well as Tony? Do you think it just slipped their mind? You think they had no idea?
If you don't bring it up to your manager in that situation, I mean, Which is your job. I have to assume you didn't know. And the sad thing about it is, our boy James Fegan read the rule.
I saw it. I heard it.
Word for word. And it sounded like the first time he ever heard it.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
But look, I didn't know the rule.
See, you don't get paid.
And frankly, I don't care to know the rule. I mean, hey, I've seen the MLB handbook. I flipped through it a little bit, but it's not my job to know the rules. A guy who's getting paid millions of dollars,
a Hall of Fame manager,
should know the rules.
See, and honestly, Gino, go back to the day it happened. G, like we called into the Maze show, and I'm telling y'all, I'm like, gee, the game may have passed this man by.
The game has clearly passed Tony by.
I'm like, does Tony know?
Even timing wise.
Yeah, it's like, does he know the new rules? Like, it's not the same game that he left 10 years ago.
Right.
You know what I mean? So honestly, if the White Sox didn't have like a crash course, like, this is what you need to know now, Tony. These are the new rules. You know what I mean? And every day, like, but how about in the ninth inning before it's going? As soon as you know it's going to extras.
That's you bust it out.
Yes, like, my guy should be tied. This is the scenario. This is the rule. You know what I mean? And that didn't happen. And honestly, Gino, it's like, I feel like I'm kind of biting my tongue, and I feel like this is when it gets kind of weird because I'm a White Sox fan that covers them. You know what I mean? Like, full disclosure.
No, you gotta.
I'm like, okay,
you gotta take it there.
This is tough. Like,
you gotta take
this.
it there.
This shit, like, one time is cool. It should never happen 2, 3, 4 times this early in the season. And I'm not trying to say that this team had a better manager with Ricky Renteria, because I feel like Ricky Renteria had his flaws. You know what I mean? And I you know how I felt. I felt like he was too nice. He was a little bit too loose with the locker room, maybe. But the way La Russa has managed this team early on, like, he's about to have players in his locker room cuss his ass out. Like, somebody's about to, like, bring it to his door soon.
So let me ask you this. So I listened to the press conference, and I listened to J.R. Fegan run it down to him, and, you know, run that rule down to him. And Tony was like, "Oh, well, I guess you know more than I do." So let's talk about the PR, because I think Tony should have been more prepared to go into that interview when he knew that people were going to be at his head about that decision making. So why didn't the PR team prepare him like, Tony, look, this is what happened. These are the rules. And now you'll be better prepared to go in and answer these questions, because somebody's going to flood you with what happened, and we know you screwed up.
It's a fumble on their part, G, and I'm going to take it back. Yo, they treat these Zoom press conferences with Tony La Russa like old school press conferences. As soon as the game is over, he's sitting in that chair ready to talk. When even the players, you know what I mean, the players, they make you wait for a minute. And ain't no telling what they're doing.
So
if they getting ice, if they getting ready.
Yeah.
And Tony
if
La Russa.
If they getting more BP in after the game.
And then we got to wait. No, bro. Tony La Russa is on Zoom.
Within 5 minutes of the game.
Less than that. You know what I mean? Like, as soon as the game's over,
straight from the field to the Zoom.
To answer questions, and there's no way that he got briefed on what he could possibly be asked. And that's how you get that situation with James reading him the rule verbatim.
A total organizational failure.
100%, bro. And top to bottom.
Hey, man, y'all don't be over there wasting Tim Anderson, Yohan Moncada, Jose. Don't be over there wasting Lucas Giolito's time, bro. Come on now.
That man's an ace, okay? So let's jump into another break, y'all. We'll be right back on the soil. You're kicking it with the bigs.
Yep.
We all remember our life before COVID-19. The parades, the lakefront barbecues, taste of Chicago, the happy hours, and most importantly, loving those unforgettable moments with our friends and families. Getting Chicago vaccinated is what will make the activities we miss safe for everyone. So let's get back to it, Chicago. Let's come together to end this pandemic. Find your vaccine at chi.gov/COVIDvax.
WIIFTBP.
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's you had me.
You're listening to I Said What I Said with Toussaint Warner and Herb Howard.
What are y'all takes on blended families?
Meaning white people or what?
No, she mean like you got kids, this person got kids, y'all get together and bring the whole family together. I don't know. I have zero experience with it. I imagine it could be challenging, especially. I think the older the children are, I think the more challenging it could be. I think if it's little children or something, you can kind of explain it to them, and they may like grow up together and kind of in that same space where this is mom, this is dad type thing. But if you talk about older kids where they literally have a mom or dad, another person like that has been in their lives, or when they're older, and you're like, oh no, this is your stepbrother, stepsister. Like, nah, we like 17. Like, I'll bone her.
And if this family don't work, you can just give me to the game anyway. Ain't no other, it ain't gonna matter. No woman will ever be important. I'm not being an ass. I'm serious. In my mind, the value of that kind of a commitment is family. I got that already. So now we just chilling. So you ain't gonna really know my children.
What's up, good people? You're listening to I Said What I Said with Toussaint Warner and Herb Howard live on What's In It for the Black People Media, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m.
I got a traffic jam fan, you know it. I'm from the middle of the map. I get around, I've been there and back. Born in Gary, Indian, just to be exact. Got family in the go and family in the nap. Same shit everywhere, saw it in the A out on old Nat. Sucker free suckers can't take the heat, nah they gon' rap. Big dumb cats, big guns clap. Another brother dead, another mother son lack. I'm from the era where the niggas did scrap. Seen the same person shot with two different straps. You don't want this, now you don't want that. Tired of fuck shit, wanna take a nap. I'm a dog on these chicks, just a different cat. Must make at least an M to make an impact. May just paint the Benz matte black, fresh head to toe. Never wore socks that didn't match. Cause I'm from the middle of the map. Yeah, I'm from the middle of the map. I'm from the middle of the map. Nigga, I get around. I've been there and back. Yeah, I'm from the middle of the map. I'm from the middle of the map. Yeah, I'm from the middle of the map. I get around. I've been there and back. Check. I'm from the middle of the map. I get around. I've been there and back. Born in Gary, Indian, just to be exact. Got family in the go and family in the nap. Talking money, shit hit my jack. If it don't make sense, shit I can sense that. Blowing big loud, never the mid pack. See you talk, that's just big cap. Nigga, I walk the walk with graduation hats. Fuck your opinion, nigga. In fact, you fuck my bitch. Shit, I tip my
You are back down on the soil with the bigs. I am Eugene McIntosh. To my right is my player partner, T-Tom.
What's good, bro?
We are holding it down at the What's In It for the Black People Media Studio. Shout out to our boy Ron Rilla holding us down behind the boys. Ron Rilla, what's good, Joe?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's the word, y'all?
Man, chilling like a villain. What you say if I was any better, I'd sell myself.
Myself.
On the real, man. Just chilling, man. You know, got to let the people know the Bidnowski before we continue on, man. Need y'all to share this. Hit them. Matter of fact, smash them like buttons. Smash them share buttons. Hit the comment section and join the conversation, man. We need all of the family members in the conversation. Y'all hit the comment section, man. Send the comment section up as y'all always do. And again, it's about ownership, man. We all about owning these things over here at the What's In It for the Black People Media Network. And we got to continue to control our own narrative, man. The more and more we let the culture vultures control the narrative, the further and further we get away from the truth, man. So continue to support us, continue to support the network, all the shows throughout the network. Buy the merch, share the page, send some stars, hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal. Tell a friend to tell a friend, whatever type of support you can give, man, we appreciate it, and we love the family members. There is no us without y'all. You feel me?
100%, man. It's definitely no us without y'all. We appreciate everybody tuned in, and that's been tuned in for almost a year now. You know what I mean? I'm looking at the calendar because, I look a couple months ahead, and we're eyeing a year, man. It's an exciting feeling because I feel like we've had a bunch of fun on the soil, bro, especially when you go back and look at how you and I started it in the pandemic, doing it from the crib, and now we've been on the run in this beautiful studio. It's a blessing to do this, man. So definitely shout out to everybody that's a loyal listener to the What's In It for the Black People family. And before we go any further, speaking of the What's In It for the Black People family, we have to say happy birthday to the queen, okay, Dawn Millhouse.
The outlet.
Yes, man. You plugged us up and everybody else on the station so many times, man. I want to wish you a happy, beautiful birthday. Nothing but love. And we sending a bunch of love and wrapping our arms around you, Dawn, from the Bigs.
Happy 21st birthday, Auntie.
Let her know, yes.
And, yeah, man, Dawn is one of them people. If you're not in tune, then you definitely snoozing. And, man, catch up with the Book of Dawn Monday through Friday from 9 to 11 right here on the network. She be having it jumping, man. I like when I can catch up with the Book of Dawn straight up.
You got to give credit when credit is due, and the way she's held it down solo, since we relaunched.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I don't take it lightly. So definitely shout out to you, Dawn. Honestly, Gino, real quick, everybody needs a Dawn in their corner, man. You need somebody that's gonna fight for you, and Dawn is definitely that.
Man, she's high character too. Dawn's seen it all. She knows everybody. Anytime I mention somebody,
I know
she knows them.
Uh-huh.
Y'all think I know everybody.
Let me
Dawn,
call them real quick.
Exactly. Like that's what she be on. Oh, that's who you need. Let me call him real quick. It's a lot of people.
Not now, but right now.
Right now,
yes.
Exactly. You see Dawn on your celly, you picking up immediately. So definitely shout out to the Book of Dawn and happy 21st birthday to the queen of the network.
Yes. Definitely happy birthday, Dawn.
Hey man, you
let me know what's good. Ooh.
So
oh no, Gino, I'm just peeping. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Shout out. So I finally got it. It's been something that's been on my bird for a while. It took a lot of, I wouldn't say hard work, but
yeah, it did.
It was a work in progress, I'll say. Shout out to Cuz, though, Tucson. Shout out to Cousin 2. Herb Howard on the other side. Herb.
Yes.
Herb, I don't know what happened last night on the live, G. I was there, and then all of a sudden I wasn't. Okay. We was kicking it on Instagram Live last night.
True.
I was there for a few minutes, and then I wasn't there.
They kicked you out, Gino?
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but we was having a good time. But, Cuz laced me with the logo. Gems, man. You see I got the OG patch on the sleeve. So it's self-explanatory, man. Growing every day, mastering self, man. I feel like you got to be at one with yourself before you can get out here in these streets and be at one with the people, man. So Gems, growing every day, mastering self. I got the OG hoodie on right now. I'm putting the store together. I'm putting the online store together right now. It's not as easy as I thought. So I felt like, let me come on the soil. It's only right I come on the soil and get a people a peek. If you want to jump down with me, I know they going to go quick. So I'm giving the people a chance to get down with me first. If y'all want to hit my inbox, I had a store up.
Everybody hit that inbox immediately. Gino should be getting messages.
It's a limited quantity. This ain't for everybody, man. This ain't for everybody. So I got limited quantities. I'm gonna get a family members the first chance. Hopefully I can get the store up this weekend. I'm doing some things behind the scenes, but felt like it came out about 95% of the way that I wanted it to for first run.
That's solid.
Gems, man.
I feel like that's if it's 95% of the way you want it, that's a great starting point, Joe. And I feel like I want the people to go ahead and show my man some love because he don't want to say it was hard work, but this has been in the making. This has been in the making, man, and I'm proud that to see the actual factual.
Yes, it's physical. It's a good quality too, man.
Come on, honestly, Gino, you come with fresh hoodies anyway, so I was looking at this one.
Herb called me the hoodie man.
Yeah, Joe. I'm like, is that the gym? So yes, Gino. I need to know where to send the Cash App immediately.
Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody that's gonna J down with me, man. Grow with yourself, man. That's all I can tell you. Grow with yourself. Then when you get out in these streets and you be able to blend with the people, it'll be a smooth transition. So get up with me, man. Hit your boy up, and I got something for you, man.
Yes, sir. CEO Eugene. Managing several smaller businesses underneath our umbrella. Come on, G. I spit a line for everything.
I knew it.
Spit a line for everything.
I knew it. Hey, man. I know we got to get to the D-Rose talk. Like I said, we going to jump off the soil a little bit earlier today than usual so I can make my way to Wrigley.
Yes.
But when we left Monday,
yes,
we had a homework assignment for our family members for Wednesday.
We did.
We wasn't on the soil Wednesday. I had an impromptu dental appointment that went a little longer than expected.
We missed y'all.
And I think there was some technical difficulties going on, so I guess it was only right.
It's acting up, Comcast.
Yeah, so the homework is due today. I know y'all. Look, I know you know when the
Do you have yours?
Yeah, I got mine. I wish I would add some video to it, but I'm not trying to get our station flagged.
We'll be
gonna
here
keep
till
it
like
player.
Till 3. We'll have to take up ears low key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this conversation could last for a whole couple hours. But as far as, I would love to play the video of some of our people, but we don't want to get our station flagged.
No, we don't want to do that. We want to keep the atmosphere flowing and keep Facebook on our good side for right now.
So with that being said, man, when we left Monday, I asked everybody in the comments to come back on Wednesday with your top 5 favorite wrestlers of all time. Your top 5 favorite wrestlers of all time. I want you guys to hit the comment section with your top 5 wrestlers of all time. We're going to shout you out. We're gonna run it out. Ron Rilla, you in this too? Well, you a big WWE fan, WWF?
You had to be.
I was a WWF fan.
Yeah, definitely WWF.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you in this too, Ron Rilla, so we going to get we need you to chime in as well. T, number 5 for you.
Number 5 for me is X-Pac from D-Generation X.
Hey, gang.
Come on, man. I feel like
X-Pac.
For my era, that was probably my first like super favorite wrestler that wasn't like one of the main guys.
Okay.
And I feel like the reason because first of all it was DX or nothing. You know what I mean? But X-Pac was the
Which one?
that was the suck it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That was DX?
Yeah, that was DX, D-Generation X.
Okay.
And honestly, G, he was the one on the set that was like the wild one. You know what I mean? He was the out of pocket might slap you. I might slap you before Shawn Michaels or Triple H. You know what I mean? That was his role, and I messed with it. You know what I mean? I told you I was X-Pac for Halloween when you had the red bandana, bro, with the rocker wig and glasses. I had my DX shirt. Oh, yeah, I was ready. But number 5 easily for me, X-Pac. And he dated China. Remember? That was... Real talk, that was kind of weird. I was like, what you like about China, fam? But she ended up doing Playboy and all kind of other like adult movies, so I kind of get it.
Okay. X-Pac, number 5 for you.
X-Pac from DX.
Ron Rilla?
He might be my number 4.
Okay.
My number 5 is definitely Undertaker.
The Undertaker.
Nice.
Okay.
Can't go wrong with Taker.
His entrance was cold. He was almost undefeated. He was damn near hard. Nobody can never beat him.
No, Joe. And then his finishing moves, like the choke slam, where he would have you all the way up here, with the full extended for the choke slam.
Oh.
Undertaker was real.
Because
the tombstone.
I got to put him and Kane in the same spot because I was gonna do like 5 and 4.
Okay.
Him and Kane, but I'm just gonna put them in the same spot. They're the
Okay.
same person.
Undertaker and Kane at 5 for Ron Rilla.
Man, number 5 for me, and I'm gonna just take it there because I can
from
take
the
it
Mecca.
there.
Go ahead.
Number 5 for me, and I got 3 number 5s because that's just how much wrestling meant to me, and I can't leave these guys out. The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
See, we definitely need videos and pictures for G. Like we need the references.
Yeah, for real.
The $1 Million Man, Joe. Ted,
I'm picturing everybody with the pose like, yeah.
The $1 Million Man looked like the $1 Million Man. He had a wicked cut.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing the robe already.
Robe with the dollar signs on it.
See, I remember when he went to WCW later in his career.
Okay.
So I'm seeing it all. I can see all of that.
The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. Jake the Snake Roberts with the DDT. And the snake was like, how does this guy have a snake at ringside?
Come on, Joe.
I was always unbelievable to me. And then when he bit, did he bite? Who did he bite? Did he bite Ricky?
Was
the
it
Dragon,
Macho
or was
Man?
it Macho Man? Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was Macho Man. That was like just so crazy to me.
Like the snake is actually biting.
The
this
snake is real. Like DiBiase, Jake the Snake, and this one might surprise a lot of people, but this guy definitely meant a whole lot to my wrestling upbringing. And like I told you, man, Kerry Von Erich from the Von Erichs.
The Von Erichs, yes.
And I remember, it was like 5 of them: David, Mike, Kevin. I can't think of the other brother, Dave, and Chris, the Von Erich brothers. It started off as 4. They started off wrestling together. Then a couple of them died early.
Mm-hmm.
And Kerry ended up committing suicide in like the early 90s.
I saw the Dark Side of the Ring on the Von Erichs. Wow.
And David was the only brother left. Remember, he was sitting on the ranch telling the story about the brothers. And I forgot who was telling the story. I'm not sure if it was Rowdy Piper or who it was, but he was saying how Kerry Von Erich was his man. And he was just telling them, it was Bret Hart.
Bret Hart, yeah.
It was Bret Hart. And he was saying, he was talking to Kerry, and Kerry told him, like, man, I'm ready to go meet my brother. And he was like, nah, man, your kids and your family need you more than your brother does down here. He was like, he kind of thought he talked him off the ledge, and then a couple years later, he, doubled back on it, like, man, I think it's time, whenever God tells me it's time for me to go meet my brother.
That's deep, bro.
And then he ended up committing suicide in like 90. I think I was still in high school, so it had to be 93. It was like my last year of wrestling. It was like 93, I think so.
Oh, you got out of it early.
I got out of it when I was 17.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. It was, once I found, once it got further and further away from what I knew it as, I was like, and then I was getting older. It was like sports were taking,
I'm like, oh, man, Gino, you jumped out kind of early.
93, man.
You was like, Cuba Gooding, you was like, let me out, dog.
Let me out early, man.
I'm out.
So, Ted DiBiase, Jake the Snake Roberts, Kerry Von Erich. That's my number 5 on my list.
Okay. Let me go 4 real quick.
Number 4.
Mankind, Joe.
Mankind.
I was debating if I should do Mick Foley and have it encompass every character, but no, I want number 4.
So what Mick Foley was Mankind?
Mick Foley was Mankind, Dude Love, and I think one other dude. But see, I'm going with Mankind because this dude made me believe that wrestling wasn't fake, dog. Like, this man took, like, first of all, he created matches. Remember the hardcore match? That was Mankind. The I Quit match, that was Mankind. The Hell on the Cell, with 3 cells.
Yeah, with the mask.
Yeah.
Remember when he took the mask off?
Oh, yeah, Joe, come on, man. Yo, I seen this man get thrown from like 100 feet in the air down onto tacks. Like, you can't fake that. You know what I mean? The man was an absolute maniac. He had the sock. Like, this man's like...
Yeah, put the sock in your mouth.
Sock old Joe just choke you out with a sock in your mouth. I'm like, this dude. And then it had a personality, like, with the face on it, like, what do you think, sock? And I'm like, yeah, Mankind is completely... like, scary as hell. Like, low-key, Mankind was a lunatic, G. He's definitely my number 4. I had all the Mankind toys. I'm seeing it all in my head. You know, when action figures was the thing, I had every single Mankind toy. Like, the big one, the small one, the one that came with him and The Rock. You know what I mean? Yeah, Mankind was my guy.
Mankind number 4 for T. Ron Rilla?
I'm going to go with, it's between X-Pac and Shawn Michaels.
Don't give it to X-Pac, man. I think
They was both. Well, X-Pac. They was both part of the Generation X.
Yeah.
Okay.
They both was.
Sean was the founder.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm.
That was my group. That used to be my group.
Okay.
Generation X. So
I think that's what you was talking about.
They had like Road Dogg, X-Pac, China,
Road Dogg, Billy
H,
Gunn, China, Triple H, and X-Pac,
and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels.
That was DX.
Okay.
Yes,
so I think it's between. It's got to be Shawn Michaels or X-Pac.
So whichever one you choose, the other one is 3.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say Shawn Michaels. and I'm gonna X Pac out.
Okay.
Shawn Michaels is actually the one who started DX, and he kept it going. Him and Triple H kept it going after everybody else left.
Oh yeah.
So Shawn Michaels number 4.
Shawn Michaels number 4.
Triple H definitely took it all the way up until he was like the CEO kind of dude. Like he was repping DX Valley.
What the Sweet Chin Music?
Now that Shawn Michaels is high on my list, but Sweet Chin Music
That's
may
Sweet
be.
Chin Music?
Yeah, when you talk about finishing moves, Sweet Chin Music is top 3. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because he used to like kick the hell out of these mugs,
Right
like
in your
really
upper,
tag these
like
mugs.
right under your chin,
and you
bro.
would hear that.
Sweet
You would hear
Chin
that
music.
smack. You know what I mean?
What a kick.
And it would be perfect. He'd do the hop into it. Oh yeah. Sorry, bro. Again, like I told you, all of these, it's like, yeah, bro, we probably Sweet Chin Music each other a couple of times. So
Yeah, Shawn Michaels number 4.
Number 4 for me.
Come on, take us back, Gino. Get your note and pad out, Ron.
The 8th wonder of the world, man.
Okay.
Andre the Giant.
You
Joe.
can't, of course, you can't not have Andre.
Bro, I told you I used to be scared of Andre the Giant when I was a kid. I would literally have to sleep with my door open because I thought if I closed my door, Andre the Giant was coming to get me.
Like
Joe.
they make humans this big?
7'4", 540.
540? Oh my God, bro.
7'4", 540.
That's like you hear the rumbling when they talk, G. Like how perfect is a name? The Giant.
Andre the Giant.
Andre the Giant, bruh.
The way he came into the ring and stepped over the top
over
rope.
it, just lift a leg up, boom.
Joe, he could literally crush anybody. But the most famous moment of his career was being slammed by Hulk Hogan.
Gino, that clip of him suplexing him is classic. But then I just picturing the Giant trying to crush people's heads.
Oh yeah.
With that, yeah.
That's
Joe.
what I'm saying. It's like literally no way anybody could beat Andre the Giant. And I think he was only the champion for like maybe an episode.
Oh wow!
And he was always like second tier to the Hulkster.
And then he passed, early in his lifetime.
Said Andre the Giant could drink 40 beers at a set.
Come on, G. You said he was 7 foot 500. Yeah, I know alcohol ain't an issue for this man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So number 4 for me, the 8th wonder of the world.
Wow, man.
Andre the Giant.
See, now that right there is like, okay, yeah. When you got original guys like Andre the Giant, Gino, you just was blessed to just be like born.
I feel like it was yesterday, man. I can see it. I just remember all of those nights, man. All of those Saturday mornings and them Saturday nights main events and them WCWs and WCCW, the World Class Championship Wrestling. That's where I first saw Kerry Von Erich. That was before WCW and WWF.
See, I remember. Of course, they just had the Giant. He ended up being the Big Show.
Oh, the Big Show, yeah.
He was just the Giant because he was in WCW before he came over to WWF.
Okay,
but he was just like a retro version of Andre. You know what I mean? He was just huge. He had the long hair. He had the one strap wrestling kind of thing. Yeah, he had
that was like Andre the Giant.
Yeah,
like what else could fit him?
Exactly, that's it. But see, now the Big Show was different. He took it to something new when he left the Giant name alone. It's like let Andre have that.
Yeah,
you know
that's sacred, man. Andre the Giant, man.
Ron, what's going on? Who up next for you?
Number 3.
Number three, I'm going Triple H.
Triple H.
That's a good one, G. Like,
and I'm going Triple H because he's the rival of my number 1.
Okay. So if you're from that era, you already know where you're going. Number 1 is.
Yes, sir.
But you,
number 3, G. I'm going Shawn Michaels. You know what I mean? He was that was my guy. You know what I mean?
Mike.
Shawn, he had the moves, but also he had the charisma. I was telling people like I'm too pretty. You know what I mean? Like you can't mess with me, G. Like you're not gonna beat me. You know what I mean? I got the moves, I got the stuff. All of that was like my steez. As a young grammar school cat. Yeah, Joe with the lean. Oh, yeah, and then the fireworks going off in the back. Yeah, that was Shawn Michaels was my guy. You know? Like, especially like when WWF first, like when I first got into WWF. It was all Shawn Michaels, bruh.
Wasn't Shawn Michaels part of a tag team first though?
I think he was, but that was before. Was it him and Triple H as the tag team?
They ended up being the tag
Yeah, they
team.
ended up being the tag team.
Okay, that was after my time. Then I'm
But
thinking
yeah.
about when I was watching wrestling.
By the time I got with Shawn, with Shawn Michaels and all of that, it was he was the star.
Okay.
Like he was the main event. When he came on, it was the moment of the show. Like Shawn Michaels was that dude. And this is like right before The Rock and Stone Cold. Like this was the Shawn Michaels era.
Okay. Man, number 3 for me. The Macho Man Randy Savage, bro.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, man. He was, his promo was something else. Like, anytime the Macho Man.
He was an actual rapper, right?
I did not know that about the Macho Man.
He got an album out.
Looks like we're gonna go and have to revisit.
We gotta catch some of the bars.
And like I said, like I told you, he made it to AAA in baseball.
Fan
He
was
in
a
the
real athlete.
Yeah, man. So when he he was supposed to be a major league baseball player, but I think he separated his shoulder, was having issues. He got cut and he gave it up. His dad, like I said, his dad was one of the famous wrestlers, so he asked his pops, like, man, how do you get down with that? And he said he never looked back. So the Macho Man, he was so popular. Like, the fans loved him. When he brought Miss Elizabeth into the fold, when everybody was trying to be his manager, Mr. Fuji and Jimmy the Mouth of the South and Bobby the Brain and all them guys, and they was like, no, your wife, Miss Elizabeth, and people probably didn't even know back then that was his real wife in real life. So I think that little added part, made the Macho Man's character that much more marketable. And I'll never forget, like I said, the coldest match I've ever seen in wrestling was WrestleMania 3 with him and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, which I told you they, line for line, if they said it was like 4 pages of notes, 160 moves, line for line, and they knew it from the top to the bottom and backwards. So I think that alone tells you what type of character and how much of a perfectionist that the Macho Man was. So number 3 for me, the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Okay. So this is number 2. And I'll tell you right now, I got a tie for my number 1. But number 2 is a guy that was less well known. But the amount of trouble that I got in for reciting some of the things that he used to say, like this cat has to be, in my top 2, man. The Godfather, the Pimp. And people say he's small time, but don't forget this man had a rivalry with The Undertaker for like a year. And he was in, he had a main event with Undertaker where they had a legendary match. But man, the whole train and the chugga, oh, bruh. That was like the most exciting time outside of The Rock is when the Godfather brought, it was him. He would have a hat and a cane, and he would have like 6 or 7 women.
So he was literally pimping.
That he would hold, he would put his foot on the rope and let them all get in the ring first. That was my guy.
Before cancel culture, huh?
Oh, this dude would not have made it past one Monday Night Raw. They were like, don't bring the Godfather back on our airways.
So his name was
The Godfather, and he was pimped out with the cane, the tats, the braids, the lime-colored hat, green for the money, gold for the honeys type of character, and he always had like 6 or 7 with him. That would be waiting outside after he got done. They helping him out. You know what I mean? All of that. And he had a legendary rivalry with The Undertaker for a while. So that was great.
Number 2 for T.
The Godfather.
The Godfather.
I'm seeing him now with the glasses hanging down. Yeah, The Godfather was the man.
Ron Rilla.
It's a hard one. It's 3 and my 2. It's Stone Cold, like you said, Macho Man, and Sting.
Oh,
Sting, Joe.
Yeah.
I think Sting is a very underrated.
Yeah, because like I always wanted the face paint low key.
And that bat.
Oh yeah, Joe.
Man, it just reminded me of The Crow. And The Crow used to be one of my favorite movies as a kid.
Yes, sir.
Every time I seen this Sting, it just reminded me of The Crow.
That was definitely like I've heard him say that was his inspiration.
The face paint, the high energy, athletic. Yeah, Sting was definitely one of those guys.
Because didn't he? I think he was like an athlete in sports or something. Like I've seen something where they were talking about Sting was another like ex-athlete turned wrestler.
Okay, it makes sense. It makes sense.
And this man, like real talk,
he just had that black bat. It was so dope.
You remember how he used to slide down on the wire?
Yeah,
from
he used to come down on the ring from the top.
Super athlete.
Yeah, G.
Super
Like,
athlete.
no, sir, you can't even pay me to get up that high and come down on the wire.
Exactly.
So, nah.
Okay.
I like that one, Ron. Straight up.
Number 2 for me. Hey, man. The Nature Boy, Joe.
Oh, come on. Mount Rushmore, dude.
Come on,
you know?
man. The Nature Boy, Ric Flair, Joe. Stop it. Thank you, man.
Come on. Woo!
Oh man, that man on the mic. I think he put being on the microphone.
He birthed some rappers too. Like
he birthed a lot of rappers, and a lot of the rappers they actually brought him back to relevancy over the last like 10 years. Migos and
Migos.
Yeah, man. So. That shows you just how much he meant to the culture.
Come on, G. Ric Flair used to, and this is your guy, but come on, I remember, G. I wouldn't be caught dead in that.
Ric Flair.
I mean, come on, G.
My hair.
Man,
you see what you wearing, you see what I'm wearing. I wouldn't be caught dead in that.
The man used to have on $1,000 steppers. He had the wicked cut. He had the coldest robes.
Oh, the coldest.
He had the coldest robes of all time.
And real talk, I used to love his entry music. You know what I mean? Just the super epic Ric Flair is coming. Look, go ahead.
No, just the arrogance.
Yeah, G. And the thing about him is that was actually him. Like the documentary that they just had on him with his wife describing him, it's like, G, he was really like that.
Yes,
like,
Joe.
She really had to deal with that.
Yeah, he was like he lived that high life. He lived that high life, and he definitely rubbed it in everybody's faces. Like he let you know that he was rich, you were broke, and you were less fortunate, man.
Oh,
and I
man.
loved every last minute of it. The chops.
Oh yeah.
And,
oh yeah.
Man, he would leave
with
big
the hair
red
flying.
spots.
Oh
man.
yeah, he would cock it all the way back. Him and Hulk Hogan used to sell the hell out of those chest chops, dog. Like
I think, and let's go to our break before we get to all of our number ones. But
Okay.
I think the best thing about Ric Flair, he was a showstopper. You know, he was arrogant, rich, all of that. But I think what people don't understand most about him is that he was a technician. Like his moves and the way he was in that ring was like top notch. Like he was grade A, man. When I saw Ric Flair on the bill, I had to go get my popcorn and get
Yes,
comfortable
sir.
because I knew I was in for a show. So number 2 for me, the Nature Boy Ric Flair.
the Nature Boy. 100% feel that one. Y'all, let's jump into a break. We'll be right back. We're talking our favorite wrestlers of all time on the other side of this break. You
Coming back with number ones, man. Get y'all number ones ready, man.
Let's do it.
Yep.
WIIFTBP.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
We all remember our life before COVID-19. The parades, the lakefront barbecues, taste of Chicago, the happy hours, and most importantly, loving those unforgettable moments with our friends and families. Getting Chicago vaccinated is what will make the activities we miss safe for everyone. So let's get back to it, Chicago. Let's come together to end this pandemic. Find your vaccine at chi.gov/COVIDvax.
The Chicago Legal Network is the collaboration of attorneys that concentrate in many areas of the law most needed in Chicago neighborhoods. The CLN lawyers focus on personal injury, criminal defense, and other issues. The CLN lawyers all average over 20 years of legal experience and are dedicated to helping the Chicago community. The Chicago Legal Network is committed to developing black lawyers through mentorship and co-representation. So if you were injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or injured on the job, or you need assistance with criminal defense, including driving violations and DUI, check out ChicagoLegalNetwork.com for more information or call 773-912-3545. 773-912-3545.
Difference, friends and associates, the guys in my corner outside who I'm posted with. Not the phoniness, phonies not knowing shit. Squares they come, I swear homie got a fallopian. Bogus with the bogusness, fake ass with your face ass, you too old for this. They some hoes, G, staying up in no ski. Open up they mouths, tongues hanging out they open lips. Distractions, you can lose focus quick. Move with these dudes, shit is damn near over with. I'm the soloist, chilling in the polo fit. Colder than a Soviet, an Eskimo told me this. Yes sir, is appropriate. The potentate flicking like a photo pic. Click, then you open it. Flick so crucial, think it's sweet. Move your feet, the door's open, go ahead. You can mosey in. Desperado when the flow is spit. Gun smoke, got the dopest lick. I know you knowin' this. Far from bars, these liquor stores, yeah, you know it's me. Unwrap the opening before you open it, then pull up, take sips, I take trips, don't trip. I'm VIP, yeah, I'm on the list. I know they notice this. Fuck it, you don't like it, you can bounce like a pogo stick. Just a dose of this to have you where you supposed to get. The closest to opium smoking like locomotives is. You disky, you know what my motive is. Motivated by the motivation that I hold within. I gotta shake, I'm on the road like a motorist. Geppetto strings for they nose, they the nosiest. The moment is motion then, I grin, then watch my opponent lay motionless. Ashes to ashes, you know the lick, the making of the mogul. Oh, the weight, I can shoulder it.
Excuse me, yeah. Man, we over here just talking about the good old days, man. The days I used to get detention for just reciting what I was seeing on TV.
You needed detention.
It was on TV though.
Hey man, this is TV.
And we were like the target audience.
They got a lot of us in trouble.
Oh,
yeah, bro, detention galore, fam.
Man,
I was a detention regular because
you back down on the soil with the brothers, man. We talking about our top 5 wrestlers of all time. We've gotten down to number 1. We gonna run back our 5 through 2. I had Ted DiBiase, Jake the Snake, and Kerry Von Erich as my number 5. I had, who did I have at number 4?
Macho Man.
No, I had Andre the Giant at number 4.
Okay. Now you and Macho Man, then Andre.
No, I had Andre 4.
Yeah, Andre first.
Andre 4. Macho Man 3. Ric Flair 2.
Okay.
You had
X-Pac at 5. Mankind at 4. Shawn Michaels at 3. The Godfather at 2.
Ron Rilla had
Undertaker and Kane at 5. I had number 4 was Shawn Michaels, right?
Yep.
Number 3 was Triple H.
Yep.
And number
2 you had Sting.
I had Sting
and
Stone Cold. I had Sting, Stone Cold, and Macho Man.
Macho Man, yep.
Okay.
I couldn't decide.
Number 1.
You gonna go?
I'll go.
Let us know.
The Hulkster, man.
Of course.
There's no doubt about it. Hulkamania ruled. Hulkamania ruled, Joe. Say your prayers, eat your vitamins, get your 24-inch pythons like the Hulkster, brother. The Hulkster was a role model, man. He was the perfect setup to give WWF wings and for them to continue on to grow to the heights. Vince McMahon knew it from the early stages that Hulk Hogan was the guy that was going to take WWF to the heights that they needed to go. And like I said, man, I had every Hulk Hogan character from the little men that wrestled in the ring to the 16-inch character that came with the
doll, yeah.
With the tape. It came with the cassette tape that you played.
In the box, yeah.
Yeah, man. The Hulkster told you to say your prayers and eat your vitamins so you could get 24-inch pythons like the Hulkster, brother.
Oh, man. Say your prayers and eat your vitamins.
If that ain't role model-ish for you, I don't know what is.
That is absolutely hilarious, bro.
Shout out to the Hulkster, man. And also, man, he meant a lot to what's going on today. Even, like that rock and roll brand of the WWF. And then, like you said, with the Rock and Stone Cold and all these guys, he was the blueprint.
Oh, yeah.
He was the early blueprint for those guys. So, his... Do
you remember the Hulk Hogan NWO days? Like the older Hulk Hogan?
Yeah, when he went over to was that the NWA?
Yeah, well, that was the NWO for WCW.
The New World Order?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that. But again, that was back.
Eric Bischoff.
Yeah, that was after that was my post wrestling days. So
Eric Bischoff was that dude.
I was still up. I was still up on it. I still kind of knew what was going on, but I just wasn't in tune as I was in my my previous years.
Man, so first of all, no WCW guys in my top 5, even though like I told you, we used to catch the first hour before Raw came on.
Yeah, WWE was your life, man.
Yeah, NWO was cool. Goldberg was cool.
Goldberg, wow.
You know what I mean?
When Steve Nash.
Yeah,
Steve.
Steve.
What was his name?
Kevin Nash.
Yeah.
Kevin Nash
NWO,
was one of my favorites. He used to just pick his foot up and step on a man's face. Yeah. He was cold. And honestly, he's been in a few movies lately. Like, he's been in a few Hollywood movies lately. But number one for me.
I already know. You ain't got to tell me.
I don't think my life would be what it is without these two guys. It's a tie, man. The Rock is 1B and Stone Cold is 1A. They, in my world, they existed on the same spectrum. Probably some of my best memories are classic Stone Cold and The Rock battles, bro. I remember one WrestleMania where they ended up doing each other's move on the other dude. What Stone Cold did.
Yeah, I remember
the Rock
that.
bottom and the Rock. Rock hit him with probably the coldest stunner of all time. Like the Stone Cold stunner, bro. That's probably the coldest wrestling move of all time.
The Stone Cold stunner, that was epic.
Well, you get you flip the bird with both hands and then you get the kick in the gut. And then the stunner, that was enough to send Lil Me crazy.
Moments, it was a moment when Rock threw him over a bridge.
Oh into the river. And I'm like, and then it just ended. I'm like, gee, this fool just killed Stone Cold. Yo, remember the grocery store where they was checking out, and then Stone Cold gets on the grocery store intercom and says, Stone Cold is here to whoop your ass. And homie looks up like, I know that's not Stone Cold, fam.
Yeah, it was.
And like Ric Flair, though, I got to say this, man. Stone Cold was really like that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if y'all saw the Punk episode where he was one of the guys that got a prank ran on him. They acted like they stole his car. And Stone Cold told the dude, the valet attendant, I'm about to whoop your ass, brother. He said, when you look in the mirror, I gotta say, he said, when you look in the mirror, son, do you see a son of a bitch? Because I do. And I'm saying, like, he's talking like Stone Cold to this, like, this innocent young man. Right. Yeah, like threatening this dude. Like, he about to, like, bust a glass over my head. But yeah, The Rock and Stone Cold easily sit at the top of the mountain for me.
The Rock and Stone Cold, man.
Yes, the most electrifying man in sports entertainment, the Brahma Bull. It doesn't matter who y'all's favorite rapper wrestler is, because the bottom line is that The Rock and Stone Cold hold the mountain for your boy. So, Ron, take it away. Who's at the top of your list for me?
It's the same as you. It's The Rock, man. Do you smell?
Come on, Ron.
The Rock.
We was blessed, Joe.
It's cooking.
Yeah, that was.
Doom, 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 doom. Yeah, you know the music after that. Yes.
The Rock says.
The Rock says, no, you're damn wrong.
He had the coldest theme music. He had the eyebrow. Everybody
the people's brow.
Yeah, the people's brow,
bro.
And then when he had made me mad when he had switched over to McFoley and them side.
Yeah, man.
And he changed to the corporate's brow.
The corporate,
and the corporate's elbow.
But they had the 2x4s and stuff.
Yeah.
Y'all.
Let me, talk about a role model. Look, a lot of people need to take this advice. Know your role and shut your mouth.
The Scorpion King?
The Scorpion when Rock hit Hollywood, he had all us at the movies. Like, I left school early to go see the Scorpion King, dog. Like, I was in 8th grade, and I think it was V2's birthday. And we was like, look, come get us out so we can go see the Scorpion King and The Rock's new movie on your birthday, bro. Yeah. That was our childhood.
You know that's how they caught Saddam.
Saddam.
Yeah, he was watching watching commercials, and he seen the commercial for the new Fast and Furious with The Rock in it. He was like, "Oh shit, The Rock in there! I gotta go. I gotta get out this cave."
So The Rock holds the #1 spot.
Yeah, you got two guys over here that it's definitely The Rock for us.
Shout out to Dwayne Johnson, man. He's been a fixture in Hollywood for the last who knows how many years.
Yeah, man, and honestly, Gino, it was wild to see his rise to that kind of level of celebrity.
But I think, I feel like it was the blueprint was set early for him. Like we said, coming out of the University of Miami, being that knowing what kind of athlete you have to be to
right. He played with Ray
Lewis, and them, So I feel like that each one of his transitions, they were smooth transitions because he knew what it took early on in life, just from a work ethic standpoint.
Yeah,
then he had the physical ability.
That's
what I'm saying. The background, then having the physical ability, then having the physique, and having the look.
Oh yeah,
I think it was perfect.
Ballers, the man got a hit show.
Yeah, I think it was perfect for him. So
shout out to The Rock for taking it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, shout out to The Rock, man, for holding down that #1 spot for I'm pretty sure 90%.
I'm trying to tell you, that he was our guy. Gino, that was fun. I mean, taking the trip down memory lane for that, I can do that all day because I got some honorable mentions.
That's what I'm saying. I wanted to shout because it's hard when you think of top 5. It's definitely people that you leave out that you like. Damn, he could have been in my top 5. Mm-hmm. And I hate to do a top 5 or top 10 or whatever, but you definitely got to give out the honorable mentions. So. Like, I see Boosie talking about the Junkyard Dog. Like, come on, the JYD, Coco Beware, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, the Ultimate Warrior, Ravishing Rick Rude, Brutus the Barber, Hunky Tonk Man, Greg the Hammer Valentine,
Rey Mysterio,
Eddie
Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero, Latino Heat. Come on.
Keep going.
Chris Benoit.
Bret the Hitman Hart. Kurt Angle.
Edge and Christian.
You know what I
mean?
The Road Warriors.
The
Four Horsemen.
Arm Anderson. Who else?
Man, all type of guys, man.
Rock Lesnar, he changed
Rock Lesnar.
Remember D'Lo Brown?
D'Lo Brown.
Walk? Yeah.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Brown used to shake his head like this.
Yeah.
The Dudley Brothers.
The Dudley Brothers.
Devon, get the table. Yeah.
So many guys, man. George the Animal Steel. Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig. Jeff Jarrett. Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
Clown name?
Hardcore Holly.
The old clown.
You talking?
He was real old. He was like during the Bam Bam Bigelow era.
Bam Bigelow.
Bam Bigelow. Joe.
Wow,
Bam
Joe.
Bam Bigelow.
King Kong Bundy.
Oh man.
Like you said, what was the old guy you said he basically kicked it up? The King Jerry Lawler. That was before my time.
Yeah, the King Jerry Lawler fam.
I'm looking.
I got one on the tip of my.
Let me go to.
I remember Hardcore Holly was like the first wrestler. Oh, Ken Shamrock, excuse me.
Ken Shamrock
from UFC.
Wow.
To come over to WWF.
I see the Cushman saying Marty Jannetty.
What was the Hardy Boys?
The Hardy Boys.
Yeah, the Hardy Boys. See, the mugs used to fly through the air, the Swanton Bomb.
And Matt Hardy, yeah, they was cold.
Yeah,
jumping
Joe.
off everything.
Boosie says.
And then they had Lita. Remember, she used to have the draws that peaked up. Yeah.
Boosie says her top 5 are Booker T, The Rock, Kamala, the Ugandan Giant.
Oh yeah,
that was my guy. Butch Reed. And the Junkyard Dog is her #1.
How about Booker T with one of the best wrestling sound bites of all time? Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Joe. I heard that on the West Side. I think that was Gun.
Oh, West Side is a huge.
Hulk Hogan weekend is Booker T saying it.
West Side is like the ultimate wrestling fan.
See, now Goldberg, I feel like has to get just a little bit more love.
Goldberg, yeah.
Goldberg was the spear. That was one of those wrestling moves. That was like,
remember Doink the Clown? He was hit with the sludge hammer.
Yeah, that was old school,
Yes,
man.
that was before
That
my
was before
time,
your.
but I
That's
knew
what I'm
it.
thinking. I'm thinking like this guy that Ron Rilla can't be talking about my days. Okay, Ron Rilla. Remy said Farouk and the Nation of
Farouk
Domination.
and Bradshaw.
Wow.
I had those action figures. Farouk was the black dude, and Bradshaw was the white dude. This was after the Nation of Domination when they split up. It was Farouk and Bradshaw, and they used to do their thing on Sunday Night Heat.
Remy
most of the
said
time.
Razor Ramon.
Razor Ramon. Who was the dude that had the crippler crossface? Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho.
And the Walls of Jericho.
Roddy Piper. Dick the Bruiser. J Mac came all the way back. How could we forget the Iron Sheik? Shout out to Miriam, man.
Yeah.
Iron Sheik could have definitely easily been in the top 5. Like,
I'm glad you brought up Kevin Nash though, because the Wolfpack.
The Wolfpack.
Yeah, Joe.
Chris, you hit me with one right here, Joe. The British Bulldogs.
The British Bulldog.
Davey Boy Smith and the Dynamite Kid.
Classic WWF
Man,
days,
they were
the
cold.
British Bulldog, bro. Goldust.
Viscera. The Big Show.
Yeah.
Viscera.
Remember
was
the
wild.
big old black
big
dude?
Black dude with the blonde hair.
Yeah, with his eyes used to go back. Yeah.
Rikishi.
Remember the dance, bro, at the end?
No, I hated his special move.
They was bogus with that one,
Yeah,
bro. The
Rikishi,
sumo wrestling action, yeah. The Iron Claw.
Man, Joe.
Say nobody wants to see Chris Benoit. We won't bring up Chris Benoit. You're right.
Did he commit suicide?
But that and
after
like,
killing his
took his family out.
Right. I remember
off
that.
the Roy, you know what I mean? All of that.
Roddy Piper, man. It's just
Yeah.
so many guys who played a
Val
Venus.
Come on.
I
ladies.
still feel like King Louis jagged by not having Val Venus in the
I
video.
was waiting like that's
Yeah, that was why and I love King Louis. Shout out to Louis, but that was his downfall.
Val Venus is another one of the cats. He had a rivalry with the Godfather.
Okay.
And it was like the second tier. You saw it on Sunday Night Heat, but they had a battle for they women. You know what I mean? Like they had, if I lose, you get my 7. You know what I mean? If I win, I get your bunch. That was the match that was on the line,
They
bro.
wouldn't have made it in cancel culture.
No, sir.
Hey man, this was definitely fun, man. I said we had to hop off the soil a little bit early, but man, when we having fun with the family members, man, this is the most important thing. The Cubs can wait. I'll be there probably right around first pitch, which is 1:20. I'm on my way to Wrigley Field as the brothers look to make it 4 in a row. The Pittsburgh Pirates are in town, coming off a sweep over the World Series champion LA Dodgers, who I think had lost like 13 of their last 17. So it was a good time to catch the Dodgers sleeping. But now, what we talk about all the time, too, you got to beat these teams that you should beat. And you move up in the standings. Where are the White Sox?
The White Sox are in Kansas City for some American League Central action. They got to go get some W's. You know what I mean? Stop letting these games just go away. They got to stop doing that.
No excuses, man. There's no excuses. Those guys still have a lot of talent on that team.
Yeah.
Even without Luis and Eloy, it's enough talent on that roster up and
My
down.
heart breaks every time I hear that, Gino.
Yeah, I know. But, hey, man,
Sucks.
it's baseball. Next man up. Yerminator,
And
no excuses for you to be late to the stadium.
You look at that roster, they still got some hitters. You know?
Tony La Russa, get on your 7. Tony La Russa's staff, get on
5
y'all
energy.
7.
Like, go ahead, somebody give him that endorsement. Like, make it easy for our boys.
I don't know if Tony need the 5 hours, man. Let's get him a natural supplement.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't think he need nothing artificial.
I think that he needs some
whatever type of boost Tony needs.
Some artificially enhanced supplements. Okay.
On that note, man, we got the brothers coming up next, man.
The gods.
Herb and 2, I said what I said, intellectual thuggery at its absolute finest. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right here on the network, 1 to 3 p.m. Get in tune with the brothers, man. Y'all get in tune with me in about 20 minutes. I will be in the press box at Wrigley Field bringing y'all live game coverage. Tap in the comments with me like y'all do. Our comment section is always lit up during game coverage, so come lock in with me, Cubs fans.
And definitely lock in with Gino. Y'all know how to find him, man. He's Eugene McIntosh on Facebook and at Stay Humble on Twitter. And definitely stay in tune with him and lock in with the brother for his post-game action. We've been kicking off our new post-game show, Diamond Talk, after every Cubs and White Sox home game, live from either the Cubs or White Sox press box. You can catch the bigs.
Spoken like a genius, man. With that being said, for myself, for my player partner T-Tom, for Ron Rilla, and the What's in It for the Black People Media Network, man, what we do, man. Show love, spread love, stay away from the haters.
Oh, yeah.
Circulate the dollar with your people, man. Hey,
y'all
man,
know what time it is.
Circulate
Gems.
the dollar with your boy, man. I got good merch over here. It's nice quality. I got the OG patch on here, and it's all about the message, man. Grow with yourself. We growing every day. We mastering self so we can be at one, get out in these streets, and blend with our people the right way, man. Translate that positive energy to each other. We need it more than ever. We need that love with each other right now. And like Ja said in the comment section right now.
What up, Ja?
It's us. So, man.
Ja told me, I better not have another show where I don't shout her out.
Ja.
So what up, Ja?
We see you, Ja.
As always.
In the words of the great Chad Butler, known to most as Pimp C.
The Pimp.
Get off the boo-boo.
It's us.
WIIFTBP.
Yes, sir. Get off the boo.
This is a Traffic Jam. Traffic Jam. Traffic Jam.